I may ask now Filemon Schoeffer to join us on stage. This will be our second entrepreneurial statement. You're head of community of 3D hubs,
yes,
which is obviously the largest 3D printer network in the world. So now we are going from Vienna really to the whole globe.
yeah,
And I read about it, and it's a rapidly expanding network. So that is also one feature we have during this evening. Everything is going very quickly. So within under a year, your network grew to 400 locations in over 300 cities worldwide, which seems amazing to me. Many relevant blogs and journals have already featured your network. And so that's what we are now mostly interested in this network perspective and in this global elements.
what it is, yeah. Okay, so 3D Hubs is about local 3D printing. And basically what we do is that we connect people who own 3D printers to the people who might want to use 3D printers, so the people who want to 3D print something. That's the very basic idea, and it's best illustrated, I think, always through our very first users. These are our very first users. So the guy on the left there, the tall guy, he is this extreme sporter type of guy. He does this bungee jumping, all this, these parachute, paragliding, all these kind of things. And when he does these kind of things, he always takes with him this little GoPro camera to film his endeavors and to put it on YouTube. And to attach this camera to all his gear, he usually buys like GoPro accessories, which is about 50 euros for each accessory, quite expensive. And it's never exactly what he wanted. So he has to come up with things to attach it to his gear and stuff like that. And the other day, when we just launched, he was looking for this specific accessory he could not find. So he tried to order an alternative at Amazon, and it was about 60 euros. And it had a delivery time of 2 weeks. And he was leaving like the other day, so he didn't have time, and he needed a different solution. The other guy, the little guy to the right, that's Ruben. He's 13 years old, and he has a 3D printer, and 3D printing is his life and hobby. He knows everything about 3D printing. So through our website, they came in touch. And Ken, the tall guy, said to Ruben, I need this GoPro case, cannot find it anywhere. Can you do something? Oh, no problem, I can make it for you. How much? 5 euros. When is it finished? Tonight. So Ken came to him and finished for him, and Ruben finished for him the GoPro accessory he needed. And this is at the heart of what we do. We make, through our network, you can make on-demand, customizable, cheap things. Well, and this is almost a year ago now. This was the first case. And this is what happened. For this to work, you need 3D printers. So we go out and try to get 3D printers to sign up. And these are now all our 3D printers in the network. So it's 3,400, which makes us the largest decentralized production network in the world. And at this moment, it is still like the example case. So it's about small accessories and small gadgets. It's the early days. But very soon, we will see that companies will shift away from centralized, transparent scale production, from example, China, where you need to order like 10,000 parts, batches, and stuff like that. Through our network, they can do it on demand, customizable, on size, like the shoes, and get it wherever they want, locally. That is the whole idea. So this is Vienna. I looked it up. We have 14 print locations, even here in Vienna. So if you have a design you want to get made here in Vienna, you can do it around the corner. You can probably pick it up by foot. And if the hub, we call these guys owning the 3D printers hubs, most of them are experts, and they're happy to help you out and get a really high quality product of it. So you can just check it out. And we see now, we never envisioned this, but it's becoming a movement. So we see it online, on social media. It's really becoming a big thing now. And this is something we never anticipated. So everybody's signing up, and people are like, don't make it there, do it in the network, and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And I expect a lot from it in the near future to grow. That's it.
Thank you very much. So that's join the movement, join the network. When I was listening to you, I was wondering who are the players in this network? We saw two people, a 13-year-old boy, some guy, some designer, and in this field of 3D printing and open design, you have like the producers and the makers and the hackers and the consumers and the old-fashioned designers. I don't know. Who is it? Who is doing the network? Who is part of it?
Yeah, so we see basically there are two sides of the story. Like you have the supply side, so somebody owning the 3D printer. And we see most of these guys, I mean, obviously they are early adapters because it's so new. So most of them are experts, so the hacker type, maker kind of guy, engineers a lot. So the people who know what they do, that is the individual part. So I think it's about 80 or 70%. Mm-hmm. Then we have a small part which is company, like the really high-tech stuff. Mm-hmm. And they also sign up because they say, okay, we also 3D printing. We want to join this network. And for them, it's, of course, a lot of potential traffic to get like orders and designs in. And then on the demand side, so on the where Ken was with his GoPro thing, the process starts now with a design. So you need a 3D printable design, mm-hmm. which limits the applicability at this moment to designers, architects, and engineers mostly. Mm-hmm. So if I send my mother to the website, for example, she wouldn't know how to use it because she doesn't have the file. So we still need some development on this aspect where you can get the file somewhere accessible for everyone, and then really get everybody into the network. Mm-hmm. So now it's mostly designers, architects, the creative industry. Mm-hmm.
And well, your network in 2 weeks, you said it will celebrate its first birthday. Yeah. So it's really young and new. If you look into the future, do you have a vision? Do you have a picture what this will be in 5 or 10 years? Do you have a personal idea?
Yes. No. I think a very big step would be, I guess, I personally believe a lot in the whole community aspect. Mm-hmm. You've seen it with Wikipedia when they revolutionized the world of encyclopedias and stuff. People said, it's never going to work, everybody can write something down. But you see, when it's in the hands of the global community, it works. I feel the same with production quality, so that the community will arrange itself in such a way that the quality will be high, and therefore we can offer the network and it can really compete with traditional modes of manufacturing. So I really believe, and I truly believe this, that we can change the way we make things through this network. So I'm not saying traditional manufacturing will be obsolete, so I'm not on that end, but I'm inclined to that side. Mm-hmm. So I do believe there's going to be a real change. And for example, this week Lego announced that they're very seriously investigating not to produce Lego blocks anymore, but spread the designs and get people paid for that. Mm-hmm. So we are trying to get in talks with them to make it through the network. So this would be, things like this would be a very serious step. Okay, so it's a kind of empowerment of the consumer? The consumer will be the producer in that sense. It's like, you see the same thing in energy, like with local energy production, and you've already seen the same thing with information through the internet. Mm-hmm. So I see this as the next step, and you might think of another next step in the financial sector, like bitcoins and stuff, and then you have a whole decentralized system. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much.